Hello and welcome to ELeague Week 3, Day 1. This victory is ours. The ELeague recap show, I guess, is what you want to call it.
Yep.
So, Week 3, Day 1, we had a few matches. Energy versus Astralis, CLG versus SK, CLG versus Astralis. Best of twos. We'll start off, obviously, with Energy and Astralis on Cash. 16 to 12. Let's discuss this. I mean,
I mean, that's what I would have thought, honestly.
yeah,
Like, I didn't think that Energy were gonna, you know, even perform that well at this. Gabi was the only person I think that would do anything. And looking at the scores, he didn't really do that much.
I I mean yes 2-0 for Astralis is basically what I thought it would be. Um, what surprised me was that Energy did actually pretty good against Astralis.
Yeah.
That they actually got 12 and 14 for both or for the two matches is really interesting. Fugly 20 kills, Tabson 23. Fugly being the new addition. Peter with 15, Legia with 23, and then Gabi with 12. Not terrible. They could have done better, but like I'd say they did pretty well against Astralis. Uh, but like when you have Device going 26 kills and Dupree 22, Zipnik's third at 17, and then Kierby and Zonic tying at 15. Zonic being their sub. Now Astralis have a sub and CLG have a sub. So that's huge things to consider in this matchup, which means that SK and Energy have a big can actually win a lot of these matches. So that'll be interesting to see
Hmm.
in the in tomorrow's games. Um, but that was Cash. So we'll move on to
Train.
Train and 16 to 14 for Shalis yet again. I mean, everybody did kind of meh. Fugly did good. Tabson's 18 kills. Peter 17. Fugly with 22, but also 21 deaths. So he died pretty much almost every kill he got essentially, or like just some rounds he's pretty much a 1-1. But Kierby with 24, still top for. Oh, actually no, Device with 31 kills. I forgot about that. Just insane. Like the fact that they got to 14 rounds was interesting too.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't. I mean, my own predictions were that Astralis were gonna win this 2-0, and they kind of closed it out, and they did. So I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I gotta say like Energy did pretty good against Astralis. I'm looking forward to see
Yeah,
what they
they did for
do
sure.
for the
We
rest.
saw that last week with
Hmm.
Selfless.
But they also had some bad
Um,
games, so like hopefully we can see Energy keep a consistent rate of like if anything, even if they lose, to be getting like over 10 rounds every game is would be really good for them considering who they're going up
yeah.
against. So that'll be interesting. Moving on to a much weirder score of a game is CLG versus
Yeah.
SK. Now, obviously, I think I don't think we talked about it, but I feel like we may have talked off camera about CLG versus SK, and obviously CLG should have won, but the first map Nuke.
In my opinion, I said SK.
Did you? I don't remember. But SK taking 16 rounds to CLG's 3 on Nuke. That is very interesting, honestly.
Yeah, CLG kind of underperformed today. I mean, except for one map, as you can see, but they really just weren't. They weren't there.
Yeah, like and
They played four maps, and their total score was 27.
like that is atrocious. JDM with 6 kills, PETA with 5. For those of you who don't know, PETA is a stand-in for CLG as they don't have Fugly.
The fifth.
Fugly actually. Well, wasn't Fugly? Yeah, Fugly was CLG.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. PETA being their coach too, and he's I think he's European. I don't know what his background is though. But I was
I'm
looking
not sure.
earlier, and it was a different. It wasn't an American flag.
Yeah, Sweden.
Sweden? Oh, looks Swedish.
Yeah.
But 5 kills. Tarek. No, Cutler doing the best with 11. Tarek with 10. Um, SK just kind of like Freeze with 9 kills, but like Modi and Magic's boy. I never know how to say his name. 21 kills. Pimp with 16. Asilian with 11. I don't know what to say about that. Like I didn't even realize, but they pretty much had like a pattern going according to the graph. There's a pattern of just them like losing a bunch of rounds, gaining one, losing, gaining one. Like I don't know, like when you look
Yeah.
at the a graph pattern of like the win ratio, it's astonishing.
Split into three.
It's put into a weird perspective because when you're watching the game, it's like, oh, okay, it's 16 to whatever. Okay, it was bad, but whatever. And then like you look at like the actual graph of like how we're breaking down like how the rounds were won and lost. Like it's just like, okay, well that happened. Like it's just a weird perspective. They did better on overpass though. 16-14. I mean they won. 16-14. I every I mean Modi, Pimp, and Magic Boy, 24, 26, 23. Like they still were doing good. Hazed with 29, Tarek with 24, like Cutler with 23. They picked it up. So I don't know what happened on Nuke. Maybe they just didn't have enough time to train with PETA. That
Mm-hmm.
all their like maybe PETA is just maybe just somebody's screwing around. Maybe they're just kind of like calling shots and they don't know what's happening. Maybe they're just all doing silver strats like rush B, rush A, go mid, go this way, like kind of thing. Like I don't know. That's very interesting. And this is the state of NA right now. Is
Yeah, basically.
we have like these scores. You guys can see them on the screen before we even talk about. Oh, we'll move on to CLG versus Astralis, but like Train CLG versus Astralis, 16-2. Even worse against SK. I mean, granted it's Astralis, but like, uh, I don't know what to say. Like, it's shocking that.
Yeah, I think CLG have just gotten to a point where they're not working. I don't know. They haven't been able to perform at a higher level
Mm-hmm.
than like what they've previously done. They've peaked and they've stayed the same core members, and I think that's part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried a whole bunch of different things, and it's nothing has worked. Honestly, they had like some performances where they did decent, but in the end, it wasn't really anything that would
Yeah.
come together for like a significant win.
Like, there needs to be a major NA shuffle for sure. Like, it's not. It's at the point where Liquid are like the best team, but they can like. Okay, the fact that CLG was able to close out one map is interesting to me. The fact that they, for 3 out of 4 games today alone, they weren't able to get past 6 rounds is incredibly
Mm-hmm.
shocking. And like especially when you go 3-16 against SK, like SK, the people who are trying to buy out LG, like it's sad, and not to mention like it's not even like SK's a decent team, but CLG, you're one of the top NA teams. Like that's atrocious. That's just really bad. That's like terrible for your image. That's
Yeah.
like being like the night like known as like the nicest celebrity, and then walking out and like just doing the worst thing you could possibly do. It's just like I can't even think of anything bad to do. Just like it's you pretty much just like went nuts on the street and like
Yeah.
started doing all sorts of drugs or something like some weird. I can't. My analogies are terrible, but like essentially it's the same thing where like you're self destructing and like it's just not working, and something's got to be done. But self does too though better.
Oh, barely. there's just not much to talk about in these two maps here because CLG just didn't show up
Yeah,
at all.
PETA being like
They didn't
the
get
weak point, I think.
well for sure. They need to find a fifth, especially because I think they have confirmed a fifth though. For well they've locked in their fifth for the next major.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who, but
Yeah, I believe they mentioned there was talk. I think they announced it, but they never mentioned who yet. If not, I haven't. If they did, I haven't seen it yet. But what's
yeah.
interesting about this map was Astralis, Kierby going 25 and 13, and then Zipnix with 8 and 10, and then Dupree with 26. That's really interesting to me. That there's like that weird, like kind of like fluctuation.
hmm
That Zipnix only got
Well,
to 8 kills.
they're missing a player too.
Yeah, they are also missing a
So,
player. Zonic is replacing.
and I think Kerrigan is going to be there tomorrow. I'm not 100%
Yeah, they
sure,
were talking
but
about like getting his visa fixed. Hopefully, well, are you allowed to do that though?
what?
Have him come in late.
I'm not 100% sure on the rules for ELeague. Possibly for ELeague, yes, but
I mean, I guess he wouldn't be
because
trying if
they have
there's.
a stand-in.
Oh, I guess he. Oh, that's
They have a
true.
stand-in. So if the I don't it depends. It
I
depends
mean, I
on
guess
the ELeague
if he's
rule
trying
set.
to make it and they've already started matches without him, like then I guess it's okay for him to join late. It's
Yeah, I don't know.
self-destructive for. But I mean, they won all 4 matches so far, so it's
With
not
him,
really
yeah.
hurting them all that much.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
Zonic is actually doing something compared to CLG's um,
So,
sub. So hey, I mean, CLG might want to take up Sonic. But I mean, hey,
yeah.
there really wasn't much to talk about of these maps aside from us just kind of like ragging on CLG for not really doing that great, and kind of praising Energy for
Basically.
doing actually decent. I mean they're good. I think
hmm
they're a pretty good team. They're but like you're going against Astralis and CLG, some of the top team players. But I mean clearly
They also have two
CLG's not
brand
much
new
of a threat
players.
anymore.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like I don't know. I look forward to day 2. Oh, actually, I should probably switch the scene to to the predictions. I look forward to day 2. That oh, nice job, B.
Yeah, I noticed I
Yeah,
messed
that's
that up.
fine. Just
It's supposed to be the energy level
yeah,
at the
don't
bottom.
bother with that. That's fine. I just realized it now. But yeah, uh, energy versus CLG for the first map, first BO2. And that
I'm gonna give it 2-0 to energy.
to who?
Energy.
Energy.
I can't see CLG
Yeah.
doing
After
anything, honestly.
today's
Like,
uh display,
I just don't
I'd
know.
be surprised to see them actually like pull out another win. I- mm,
I mean, the thing is it's an NA team, so I could see
It
CLG just beating
it's
them like a
it's
2-0.
just that when you go 3 when you have a total of 9 rounds in 2 matches against Astralis, um,
It just, yeah, ruins all
and then you're
faith.
facing Energy, who totaled 30 rounds against Astralis. Still losing, but
Yeah.
actually getting way more rounds than you, almost like more than triple the amount of rounds you got against that team. It's safe to say they
hmm
probably won't win. And if they were to lose to Energy, or if Energy were to lose to CLG, that'd be shocking to me. But I mean,
Yeah.
with the way ELeague has been going lately, I think I wouldn't. It's not like rare that would happen. Like it's possible, but
hmm
I don't know. But Astralis versus SK, I'd say it'd probably be 2-0 Astralis. I feel like Astralis would be number 1 out of this entire group. They'd be undefeated for sure.
Oh yeah, I definitely could see him going
Yeah,
undefeated, maybe losing
yeah,
one
one
map.
map at the most. If you
But
want to be really
I'm saying
2.
groups. I'm saying in groups.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah,
Okay.
SK, yeah, like yeah. No, I know what you
Or
mean.
not in groups.
Total
My bad.
maps lost 1 for the entire
Yeah.
week.
I don't think they're gonna lose any in
Yeah.
groups. Just out of groups.
Um, yeah, for sure. I agree with that. And not CLG, but Energy at the bottom there. Versus SK for the last VO2. I'm, this is a tough one. I'd say it's be 1-1. I'd say.
I'm gonna say the 1-1 because I'm not sure. We've seen one map from Energy and one map from SK, so it's kind of hard to predict. So like we really don't know. I'm just gonna go play it safe and say 1-1.
Yeah, I agree. If anything, I'm leaning more towards energy, but SK did
I'm leaning more towards SK.
really.
We'll
All
see.
right, we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like well, we only saw one match from energy, so yeah, it's hard for me to say. We saw more from SK, and SK did really good. Actually beating out CLG for one map. So and then the second map was 14. Yeah, so yeah, I mean maybe I'm still gonna go with the 1-1, leaning more towards 2-0 for energy. But
All
yeah,
right.
well, that's been day one's review for ELeague Week 3. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next for tomorrow actually. So yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Bye.